Hello everyone. Thank you for clicking on this video. I really do appreciate it. This is my first vid, so I hope you enjoy. Also, just a side note, if you want, please tell me of your triggers. I plan on making future videos and I want to make sure I have any triggers down as to make sure no one is uncomfortable. Without further ado, enjoy the video. Trigger warning: mentions of forced vomiting, violence, murder, and cannibalism. Tadashi Yamaguchi has a secret. And it isn't one of those like, I cheated on my finals or I stole $20 from my mom. It's a lot bigger than that. Yamaguchi woke up to the sound of his alarm. He laid in bed for a while, listening to the ringing, trying to get a grip on reality. Once the tiredness went away, he sat up. He looked at his alarm. 5:06, it read. He gave a groan and groggily got up. He went mindlessly through his daily routine, getting ready for school. He came downstairs to see his mom watching the news. He decided to join for a bit. Another day, another report, another attack. Ah. Good morning, Tadashi. Morning, Mom. Yamaguchi's mom leaned in, giving him a kiss on the forehead. So, what happened? His mom let out a sigh. Another binge eater. It's how it usually is. Expect this place to be swarming with doves in a while. Yamaguchi forced a chuckle. Well, as long as we keep it on the down low, we'll probably be fine. His mom smiled. Yeah, you're right. They sat in silence for a while longer until it was finally time to leave. Bye, Mom. See you later. Bye, Dashi. Oh, after practice, can you stop by Setsuzoku and pick up our food? I would do it, but I have work. You can count on me, Mom. Thank you, Dashi. You're a peach. Love you. I love you too. With that, Yamaguchi left his house and walked. He stopped when he reached the street that separated his and Tsukishima's houses. He waited for a while before the blonde-haired male showed. Hey. Hope I wasn't keeping you for long. You're fine? Shall we? And with that, their trek to school began. The two talked about their nights. Yamaguchi ranted about how hard the English homework was. Tsukishima suggested a few songs. When they were with one another, they could never be bored. Soon enough, they made it to school. And with it, morning practice. They entered the gym only to hear shouting. Bokeh Hinata. Stop receiving with your face. Don't you think I'm trying? Tsukishima gave a sound of annoyance. It's too early to be shouting like that. Shut up. Yamaguchi let out a chuckle as he entered the gym. All right. That's enough fighting. It's time to get started. Yes, sir. With that, practice was in swing. Yamaguchi was focused on his serves. He wanted to perfect them. Time flew by and practice was over. The club got ready for their classes. Yamaguchi and Tsukishima walked to class together, talking for those few minutes before class. During class, Yamaguchi's stomach grumbled. He was so hungry. Starving, even. I mean, it makes sense. It had been a month since he had eaten. After all, starvation was utter hell for a ghoul. Soon enough, lunch had came around. He and Tsukishima went to their usual eating space. Hey, Tsuki. Wait here. I'ma grab something from the vending machine. Really? You forgot your lunch again? Yeah. Be right back. Yamaguchi made his way over to the nearest vending machine. Putting in his change, he picked up a black coffee. God, did it taste amazing. Yamaguchi smiled, taking a sip, and walking back to Tsukishima. Really? Will coffee be enough to hold you over? Oh yeah. I'll be fine. No, you won't. Here. Tsukishima held out a rice ball to Yamaguchi. Tsuki. Really? I'm fine. Take it, Yamaguchi. I'm not taking no for an answer. Hesitantly, Yamaguchi reached out a hand, taking the food offered to him. He took a bite, swallowing it instantly, pretending to chew. Thank you, Tsuki. It's really good. Your mom is a great cook, as always. No. It was disgusting. It physically hurt to swallow. But, he had to bear it. Anything to seem at least the slightest bit normal. It was nothing against Tsukishima's mom. Yamaguchi was confident that her cooking was amazing. It was just him. Tsukishima, thankfully, didn't seem to notice the slight hint of disgust in Yamaguchi's eyes. Sure, she would love to hear you say that. Speaking of which, I think she wants you and your mom over this weekend. Know if you're free? Might be. Mom might have work. Well, hopefully we can see the both of you then. Tsukishima then gave a smile that only Yamaguchi got to see. Yamaguchi responded, taking another bite of the rice ball. Hopefully we can. How disgusting. Hey Tsuki. I need to use the bathroom. Head to practice without me. Before Tsukishima could respond, Yamaguchi ran off to the bathroom. Tsukishima held out his hand to reach for his friend, but dropped it. Lately, Yamaguchi has been distant. Tsukishima can't explain it because nothing really changes anyway. This usually happens every month or two. But on those days, Yamaguchi is just off. Tsukishima gave a sound of annoyance and walked away. Ugh. Yamaguchi groaned as he shoved 2 fingers in his mouth. He took another swig of the water he held, then tried again. He hacked until it seemed that his throat was raw. Maybe he waited too long to do this? He should have done this right after lunch. Taking a deep breath, he tried one last time. Fuck. Yamaguchi coughed up what little of the rice ball was left and took another swig of water, finally satisfied. He stood and walked out of the bathroom stall. He washed his face and rushed down to the gym. Hey. Sorry I'm late everyone. You're fine. Come on. Let's get started. Practice was in swing. They worked on tactics, getting ready for an upcoming practice game. Everything was going smoothly. Right. That's it for practice everyone. Let's go home. Make sure to be careful, everyone. The binge eater is still out and we don't want anything happening to you. Yamaguchi cringed a bit at Takeda's words. Everyone said their goodbyes and headed to the club room. Damn. That ghoul has been out for, what has it been now? 4 weeks? Yet. Surprising that the CCG hasn't really apprehended them yet. I think I saw at least 7 agents when I was biking to school today. I mean, you live 30 minutes away, man. Well, they'll probably do something soon. With more attacks, the more serious the situation gets. It'd be weird if they didn't help or anything. God. All this talk about ghouls is making me sick. Can we please stop? We shouldn't focus on this. Everything will be fine. The situation is most likely under control. Yamaguchi had drowned out their conversation. He didn't feel like listening. This was all too stressful. Hey, Tsuki? I won't be walking with you today. I have to pick something up for my mom. Tsukishima's face scrunched up, brows deeply furrowed. I can go with you, you know. You really shouldn't be walking around by yourself under these conditions. Oh, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. You sure? Seriously, I will walk with you. Don't test me. Yamaguchi gave a chuckle. Thank you, Tsuki. But seriously, I'm fine. Tsukishima stayed silent for a bit, studying Yamaguchi. All right. If you say so. The team walked out of the room, heading down to UK's store. Hey, yams. Meat buns. You want one? Oh, no. I'm fine, really. Come on. We worked really hard for practice and need to recharge. Take the meat bun. I'll have dinner at home. Not taking no for an answer. With that, Noya shoved the bun in Yamaguchi's hands, giving him a stern look. Yamaguchi sighed, taking a bite. There. Happy? Yes. All right. I'm going. I'll see you all next week. Be careful, Yamaguchi. Get home safe. Yamaguchi simply gave a wave in response. He drowned out all the noise and headed straight to the nearest train station. Once the train arrived, he took it to the middle of Sendai. He got off and took in the city. Just by getting out of the station, he had already spotted 2 doves. After seeing them, he tried his best not to be seen. Once he was out of their line of sight, he felt a weight fall off his shoulders. He felt like he could breathe. He swiftly made his way to a small, familiar coffee shop. Setsuzoku. A safe haven for ghouls. He heard about a place like this in Tokyo. Shibayama told him about it, he thinks. He walked up to the entrance, reaching out for the handle, only to be stopped by a sign on the door. Closed until further notice. Shit. Yamaguchi was immediately sent into panic. No. This couldn't be happening. He needed this. He doesn't think he could go any longer without food. He dreaded what he'd probably have to do next. After a quick visit home, Yamaguchi was back in the city. After all, this was the best place to do something like this. Honestly, it didn't really bother him that much. Maybe he should have felt more concerned with his actions. But this was something he had to do after all. He stalked the streets, particularly near the bars. Drunk people were a lot easier to deal with. He stood in an alley, waiting. He had done this a few times before. He knew how to handle the situation. After waiting for a while, a person finally passed by, stumbling along. Yamaguchi kicked the trash can. Huh? What? Was he a cat? Yamaguchi had to keep himself from laughing as the person walked past. Yamaguchi observed them. No wedding ring, and they didn't seem to be significant from the way they dressed and held themselves. Just to be sure, Yamaguchi swindled their wallet. Luckily they didn't notice. He took a look. No family photos. No business card. Only a handful of loose change. Come out, Kitai. I won, hurt Yao. Yamaguchi sighed, coming out of hiding. His kagoon emerged. He made sure his mask was on tightly. I'm sorry. What? Yamaguchi's kagoon went straight through the person. They fell limp and fell when Yamaguchi retracted. God, the scent was so good. He crouched down and took out his bag. He gave a little prayer for the person. Then, he got to work. Taking what he needed and leaving the rest. This was fine. He was almost done. So close. Hey you. Stop right there. Yamaguchi turned around and froze. There, right in front of him, stood two doves. This wasn't his first encounter with them, and it certainly wouldn't be his last. His eyes looked down as the doves took out their quinkes. At this point, Yamaguchi knew what to do. Calmly, he put on his backpack. He summoned his kagoon, looking like he was ready to fight. He jumped forward, then used his kagoon to launch up. Oi! Yamaguchi ignored the shouts as he ran on top of the buildings. He looked behind him only to see one of the doves chasing him. He cursed to himself, trying his best to lose them. He jumped from roof to roof, soon outrunning the dove. He decided it would be better for him to not take the train. After a long while of running, he made it home. He signed, throwing his mask to the couch, and headed for the kitchen. He took off the backpack, and at this point his mouth was watering. He couldn't stop himself from tearing into the meat in front of him. God, it tasted so fucking good. Once he was done, he headed towards his room, getting ready for bed. After showering and all that, he walked into his room and flung himself on his bed. He grabbed his phone, which he had left at home, and opened it. He was greeted by more texts and calls than necessary. All from one blonde in particular. Private message, Tsukishima and Yamaguchi. Hey Yamaguchi. Did you get home safe? Yamaguchi? Yams? Tadashi? Tadashi, it's been an hour. I swear to fucking God, if you don't respond soon, I'm calling the cops and filing a missing persons report. Wow Tsuki. Didn't know you were so worried for me. Yamaguchi. Where the fuck were you? Are you okay? Yeah. Everything is fine Tsuki. Don't worry. You weren't responding. I think I have the right to be worried. Yamaguchi smiled at Tsukishima's words. Yeah. Whatever you say. Anyways, I'm headed to bed. You should sleep too. Yeah. I will. Good night, Yamaguchi. Night Tsuki. Tsukishima is offline. Yamaguchi is offline. Yamaguchi set his phone down, setting an alarm. He laid down in bed, waiting for sleep to reach him. Harasuno GC. Guys. Guias. Fucking respond to me. It's important. Everyone is online. Noya. Isn't it too early for this? It's a Saturday. But it's important. Noya, I love you and all, but I need sleep. Let's just get this over with. Noya, what happened? Okay, so. I went to the convenience store last night cause I couldn't sleep and I had the midnight munchies, right? Yes? Where are you going with this? It's coming. Wait for it. So, I came out of the store and began to walk around to see if that would get me drowsy. Get to the point. Angie Noya noises. Anyways. As I was walking, I noticed something. Here, I have a pic. Look. Bro, what are we supposed to be seeing? Is it something to do with the street? Ahahad. Hold up. Let me zoom in. Look. That image is blurry as hell. What's that? Dude, just tell us. Can't you see? It's a Ghoul. Doubting silence. Yeah, right. You can barely make it out. But it is, I swear. I saw a ghoul jumping from roof to roof being chased by some CCG agent. I'm not lying. Okay. So, let's say that thing is a ghoul. What kind of response do you want from us? You should be concerned. What if it was the binge eater? I could have died. But, you didn't. But I coulda. You were across the street and the ghoul was running. I'm sure your life wasn't in danger. And besides, if the CCG were there, then the situation has been handled. Yet, they probably caught the ghoul. Everything is fine. But they didn't. Please stop with the caps lock. More angry noises. Fine. What do you mean they didn't? They didn't. Elaborate please. I followed the scene, with my eyes, and I saw the ghoul get away. The CCG didn't catch them. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but what you're saying is that you think a potentially very dangerous ghoul is on the loose? Exactly. And how do we know you're not making this up? Would I lie about something as serious as this? Do you really want us to answer that question? Rude. IDK, I trust Noya. You always trust Noya. Well, yeah, but he seems super serious about this. Yeah, he does seem more serious than normal. See? I'm not lying. Okay, you're not lying. Let's just put this off for now. I think everyone wants a bit more sleep. We can talk about this later if need be. I agree with Daichi. Goodbye everyone. Asahi is offline. Well, that's our cue I guess. Talk to y'all later. Peace. Bye guys. Inashida, Kinoshita, and one other is offline. Bye everyone. Suga, Daichi, and 8 others are offline. Yamaguchi just stared at his phone after going offline. The minutes from their last conversation playing over and over in his head like a broken record. This wasn't happening, right? Shit. Hope you enjoyed. Please look out for future videos. You can request if you like, comment, and subscribe. Stay safe. Wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, and all that fun stuff. Take care.